you mentioned about it, it makes you feel good. There's just sometimes players just pop up and you can't help but like them, and I absolutely love that lad. Just watching him, I don't know if it's because his shin pads and his socks are down, just something. I look at him, I think I always want him to do well, and you're almost urging him on to do well when he's running with the ball, and to watch him in full flow running with the ball. I mentioned something on commentary, and sometimes you say things on commentary and you think, did I really say that? And I think I said in commentary, he's the best player I see in the Premier League running with the ball, and then you think, have I forgot someone? But when I see him move, it just excites me in commentary when I'm watching it, running with both feet, the pace he goes, and it is a joy to watch when he's moving with the ball.
I want to be a legend here, and that hasn't changed at all. Coming up through the academy and stuff, and seeing all of our young players grow into the first team, something that I want to carry on doing, and yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds. But yeah, I definitely want to become a legend here, 100%.
You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Oh, I thought the world of you.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, a duo once chanted weekly by the Gunners faithful, now seemingly separated as Emile Smith-Rowe leaves Arsenal to join Fulham for a record fee of 34 million in total. Now, to say that Arsenal fans are devastated with this sale is an absolute understatement. I mean, if you search up Smith-Rowe on X or Twitter and scroll for a minute tops, you'll see post after post from the Arsenal fan base on how sad they are to see one of their own go. However, it's not a crazy statement to make to say that this transfer was expected. You see, since bursting into the first team on Boxing Day of 2020, breaking Arsenal's winless streak as they beat Chelsea 3-1, it's been a rollercoaster for Smith-Rowe. From gaining the number 10 shirt at the club, to goal-packed campaigns, to complete absences in Arsenal's best season since the Invincibles. How did a player rated so highly by not only the Arsenal fan base, but it seemed like the manager himself, have such a massive fall from grace? Was he unlucky with injuries? Was the competition too great? Or was he simply a one-season wonder? Today, we're breaking down what really happened with Emile Smith-Rowe. Right lads, welcome back to the channel. I just quickly want to say thank you all for the recent support. We've just reached 400 subscribers, and the last video it's upwards of 3,000 views. So I appreciate all the love, people. Welcome to the new subscribers and any new viewers. And if this is the first video you're seeing of mine, please do consider joining the team and subscribing down below. Also, come hop in the Discord server, join us, it's where we chill, all of us, me and my friends, all the subscribers, all the viewers. There's a lot there going on, so yeah, come join, link in the description for that. But yeah people, if you do enjoy the video, please consider liking, and without further delay, let's get into the video. So, let's start off with where all of this began. Emile Smith-Rowe joined Arsenal's academy Hale End at the age of 10 in 2010. He'd go on to make his first appearance for the under-23s at the age of 16, and he'd eventually sign his first professional contract with the club in July of 2017. Now, in Arsenal's 2018 Europa League campaign, Smith-Rowe scored his first professional goal in a 3-0 win over Karabakh. In doing so, he became the club's youngest competitive goalscorer since Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The following 2 years saw 2 loan spells for ESR, joining up with RB Leipzig and Huddersfield Town respectively, with his time at Huddersfield being slightly more successful as he helped the side stay in the division. As he returned to Arsenal, hopes were high for the youngster as ESR burst into the first team on Boxing Day of 2020, surprisingly starting against Chelsea, and the pressure was on with Arsenal winless since November 1st, but he impressed in a 3-1 win over the London rivals, starting a run of 1 goal and 3 assists in his next 5 games. And as the 2020-21 season came to a close, Smith-Rowe displayed a man-of-the-match performance in his first ever North London derby, as Arsenal beat Tottenham 2-1, and he'd finished the season with his first Premier League goal against West Brom. 3 days later he kept going and he scored the only goal in a 1-0 win away from home against Chelsea. Now, it was an amazing season personally for Emile, and he was one of the only few things right with Arsenal at that time, in an overall very disappointing season, finishing 8th. He ended all speculation by signing a new long-term deal with the club, which entailed him being Arsenal's new number 10 going into the 21-22 season. Now, the breakthrough. Arsenal got off to a worst possible start, being bottom of the league after 3 games, with 3 losses and a -9 goal difference. However, they managed to string a few results together before the North London derby, and it couldn't have gone any better for Smith Rowe. His goal sent the Emirates wild, following up with an assist to beat their rivals 3-1. Emile Smith Rowe went on a goal-scoring run to finish the year, netting against Aston Villa, Leicester City, Watford, Manchester United, West Ham, Leeds and Norwich, and in doing so, he was awarded his first ever England international call-up. For England, he scored in their 10-0 win against San Marino, so it was a successful little cap for him. He scored 1 more goal that season against Brentford to finish the 21-22 season with 10 goals in total, and he was the first academy graduate to do so since Cesc Fabregas. It was a perfect time for him. Whilst Arsenal missed out narrowly on Champions League football, he solidified himself as a first-team player. He was loved by the fan base and he played for England. Now, he'd previously stated in interviews that he could see himself being a one-man club, and after the season he just had, it looked more than likely that this could be the case. It all looked up from here, at least so he thought. Come 22-23, and to start the season off, Smith Rowe had been struggling with a groin injury in which he was forced to undergo surgery on, resulting in him missing the first half of the season. Meanwhile, whilst he was on the sidelines, Arsenal were living their absolute best life. They sat top at Christmas for the first time since 2007 after winning 12 of the first 14 games. But this was a different Arsenal team, one who were determined to show that they can compete with the big teams. Emerging star Saliba was unreal, new signings Zinchenko and Jesus were lighting up the side, and everything seemed perfect. Amongst all this, last season's hero was starting to be forgotten about. Smith Rowe had to watch as his team outperformed everyone's expectations and was suddenly title challengers. He would later feature in the side as we fast forward to March of 2023. Arsenal was shockingly 2-0 down against Bournemouth. However, with Smith Rowe's help off the bench, Arsenal dramatically clawed it back all the way to 3-2 with a 97th minute winner, and Smith Rowe's assist for Thomas Partey's goal started the whole comeback. Whilst many thought that this could be a catalyst for change in Smith Rowe's case as he aimed to get back into the side, there were limited opportunities for him. He played only 12 games that whole season, and Arsenal eventually finished second to eventual champions Manchester City. Now, with Emile Smith Rowe back off full fitness and available for selection, what would the next season entail for him in a more ambitious and capable Arsenal side? The 23-24 season began, and interviews with Smith Rowe from pre-season all the way into the Premier League all had the same theme. He was back and he was ready to prove himself again.
Yeah, of course, it's a massive season for me. You know, like you said, last season was tough, so try and get myself back into the team. Yeah, it's been a hard 499 days, like you said, injuries and stuff, and not quite getting back into the team. But I'm really happy to be fully fit now.
Did he do it? Well, sort of. His first appearance of the season was as a late substitute as Arsenal beat Manchester City on penalties to lift the Community Shield. In that transfer window, surprise inquiries from London rivals Chelsea emerged as they were interested in switching Arsenal's number 10 from a red shirt to a blue one. Arteta shortly after came out in a press conference to publicly state that their boy was not for sale, causing fans to think they would see more of Smith Rowe this season. Unfortunately for him, this was further from the case. ESR started in a 1-0 win over Brentford in the League Cup, followed by a first Premier League start since May of 2022 against Sheffield United, as he assisted in their 5-0 win over them. In total, he would only rack up 13 Premier League appearances, with the only notable one being a man of the match performance in a 2-0 win over Luton. Well, in a post-match interview, he then stated how much the Arsenal fans helped him, despite being unhappy with a lack of game time. Arsenal yet again competed in the title race, leaving it down to the wire, where they've narrowly missed out by a point, yet again to Manchester City. It was another difficult year for Arsenal's number 10, but it was also decision time for both him and the club. Either work him into the side and allow the boy to regain the form which arguably saved Arteta's in the early stages of his managerial career, or cash in on an academy player to gain more money to work with as they aim to add to the squad to finally push Manchester City off their podium. What a decision to make. Come the 2nd of August 2024, and Emile Smith Rowe is officially announced as a Fulham player. Surreal for Arsenal fans, excitement to those in the Fulham camp. Arsenal sporting director Edu Gaspar stated, "Emile is loved by all of us at the club. He's been with us for many years and we are so proud that he's developed through our academy system into our first team. We thank Emile for everything added to Arsenal and we wish him well in the next stage of his career." Manager Arteta said, "I'm sad that Emile is leaving us, but excited for him to take this new opportunity at this stage of his career, where he needs to be starting matches and playing regularly. We all wish Emile and his family well at Fulham." Now, in Smith Rowe's first interview with Fulham, he states, "I'm finally here, so I'm really happy for me and my family. I'm really excited. I just wanted to get here as quick as possible. I think it's an exciting project for me and definitely the perfect step up for my career going forward. By the looks of things, he'll be given the number 32 shirt, but that is not confirmed. But without a doubt, it is a step in the right direction for his career. As much as a lot of Arsenal fans will hate to see him go, due to him being a fan favourite of many, it is no doubt that the club has sadly moved on from him due to changing ambitions and a way more competition at the side. Yes, he's been unlucky, plagued with injuries, and definitely at the wrong time. But if he can keep fit and hit a bit of form, it's no question there's a player in there which could change Fulham's season and influence the side for the better. He'll be sad to go, but it's the best decision for Emile Smith-Rowe. And there we have it, people. This is what has happened to Emile Smith-Rowe and how his career has turned out thus far. But he's still very young, only 24 years old, so no doubt the best is yet to come for him. However, if you lot have enjoyed this video, then as I say, people, please do drop a like on it. It supports the channel so much. And if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stick around for more in the future. Get in touch. Do you think Smith-Rowe will succeed at Fulham, or has he already hit his heights? Let me know in the comments, or debate with us in the Discord server. The link for that is in the description, so don't be shy. Come and say hello. But yeah, people, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video very soon.